Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you for joining us yet again. And we all know with the cooler months fast approaching, there's nothing better than having some soup simmering away in the kitchen. We know for sure that our Super Trouper leek and potato soup is just what the doctor ordered. And today we're going to be making a delicious soup. So Anal, I hope you've enjoyed your weekend because we're about to get into this now.
Yes, I enjoyed my weekend and I'm hungry.
I know, me too. I actually was just telling you now that I didn't even have lunch. So this is the perfect dish for that. Like we mentioned, we're making a leek and potato soup.
Yeah.
And to get us started, I've actually got my onions and garlic already simmering away here.
Okay.
And to add to that, I'm just going to put in our leeks. And you actually mentioned something very interesting to me before the show started.
Yes.
And you were talking about how leeks and onions are...
They're like family.
Yes.
Like the leeks are the long, sexy ones. And these are the brown ones, like the stepchildren. This was like a stepchild, the normal brown onion that's in my kitchen. I love this onion. It's very pungent and strong. And if you want to make it not so pungent, if you eat it raw, a good thing is just to take a few rings and put some hot water over it.
Oh, interesting.
Like boiling water. And it takes out that pungent, strong onion taste.
Really?
Yes.
I actually never thought of that. I didn't even know that that actually works.
Yes.
I've heard all these tricks about how to make sure that your eyes don't burn, put a stone under your tongue.
What?
Like weird things. I promise you, I've heard all these. And I'm glad that's probably one of the few that might actually work. So to add to my leeks, I've actually just put a few drops of our butro oil because that's our hero ingredient today. I love how it has this rich, delicious flavor to it because it's got a blend of sunflower oil as well as butter oil. So to add to that, I'm going to put in my potatoes.
I love butro.
You do?
Yeah.
Just like me.
I love the butter oil. It stands on your shelf for 180 days. It just stands next to my stove. And I just like pour.
I know, right?
Baking, frying, cooking, anything. It is just divine. And it gives that real buttery flavor to dishes.
I know. I love the fact that I can use it for anything as well.
Yeah.
I think I've tried using it for baking, and it actually works so well because my dishes come out so rich. They come out so luxurious.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've actually decided to switch from normal oil to butter oil because of that.
Yes.
So I've just added our potatoes, and if you saw, I added a bit of the liquid to this as well because being that it's soup, I don't want it to be too thick. I don't like my soups too thick because it ends up looking more like a puree than an actual sauce, like an actual soup. So I'm not adding any seasoning just yet because I just want the natural flavors of the leeks and the potatoes to mellow out. And we also have stock as well. So the stock is also going to add that additional flavor.
So you're not using cream?
Not yet. No, I actually just want, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the potatoes can actually be creamy themselves. If you cook them right, they become nice and creamy, and with the addition of the butter, I mean,
It's too healthy for me, creamy. I would have added like a whole bucket of cream in there because it's like so creamy and rich, but...
I know, right? Like, in most times you would want to add cream to soup. But I think I just like the natural taste of the ingredient itself. But anyway, to that, I've added my potatoes. We're going to let that simmer away, and then we're going to add our stock. I'm just using vegetable stock. This is a very vegetarian dish. So if you'd like to, you can use a different type of stock if you'd like. I prefer to keep it this way because I actually celebrate the actual ingredients, the potatoes, the leeks themselves, without overpowering the flavor.
And then the red onions, I won't use red onions in there. If you don't have leeks, yes, you can use normal onions, like the normal brown onion. But the red onion is going to colour the soup in like a pinkish tone.
You're right.
If you like psychedelic stuff like me, I will probably do it and like have a pink soup. But I don't think it will work with this tonight.
You're right. You're right. I don't think it would work with this kind of soup. But like you said, to each his own. If you're about, I mean, we're eating beetroot, and beetroot is a purple vegetable. So if you want to try it, go ahead, add it in there. It is a lot sweeter, so I guess in that instance it would work perfectly. So while our soup simmers away, I'm going to get started with our croutons.
Okay.
And to make the croutons, I just got some day-old bread. And I don't know if people notice, but the reason we say day-old bread is because it's easier to slice and cut. Whereas if it's fresher bread, it's going to be harder to cut into these beautiful cubes. So day-old bread is perfect. And then I'm just going to drizzle it with our butro oil.
I also
not too
like to
much.
use, the ciabattas and the long French loaves.
Yes.
They get old in your kitchen and dan sny ek dit op, I cut it up, sommer with the courses, with the crusts.
Yes,
and then
yes,
I actually
yes.
freeze them till I need them for croutons. And then I take them out, butter, oil, and in the oven. And it works like a charm.
That's perfect because now that you mentioned the freezing part, it makes so much sense because then you also don't have to waste bread. You don't
Yes.
waste it, make it now, and then if you don't use it, you have to chuck it. You can literally just freeze it and use it another time.
Yeah.
Luckily then, thanks to you, we managed to make another batch of soup earlier on, a delicious butro
Looks so
leek and
delicious.
potato soup. So I'm just going to dish it out onto this beautiful bowl here. And we were talking as well about garnishes, right? I'm making the leek and potato soup, but you also mentioned the different ways that you can garnish our soup.
Yes, when I garnish any dish, I like to use the ingredients in the dish.
Okay.
So you use potatoes. So I'm going to take a potato here, and to use the whole potato, you peel the potato for the dish, but you can use this as a garnish. So all I did, I just tossed this in a bit of flour, and I deep fried it.
Oh, really?
And look at these little crispy little numbers.
Oh my gosh, I could actually just eat that as a snack, knowing me.
Oh, I
and-
am eating it as a snack.
So to anyone who'd like to get this recipe, please go onto our website, www.afternoonexpress.co.za, and be sure to indulge in this delicious butter oil recipe. Cheers.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.